You know, in A.J. Cronin's classic story, Two Gentlemen of Verona, we get asked a really simple but, wow, a really profound question. What actually makes someone a true gentleman? And let me tell you, the answer totally challenges our first impressions. It forces us to look right past what we see on the surface and into the real heart of human character.
So right away, we meet the two brothers at the center of this story, Nicola and Jacopo. And on the surface, they're just these scruffy kids on the side of the road. But the narrator, he immediately senses something deeper. There's this seriousness, this sense of purpose in their eyes that just doesn't match their torn-up clothes or their young age. And that's the big puzzle here, isn't it? How can the innocence of childhood live side by side with the crushing weight of adult responsibility?
And that leads us to the mystery at the very heart of this story. What is their big secret? What is this powerful purpose that's fueling their relentless work day in and day out? Well, that's the question that completely captivates the narrator, and it's the one we're going to figure out together. Okay, so the story kicks off in the foothills of the Alps, just on the outskirts of Verona. The narrator's car gets stopped by these two boys who are selling wild strawberries. And this first meeting, it's absolutely crucial. It immediately sets up that conflict between what we think we see and what's actually real.
And right away, we get this clash of perspectives. From Luigi, the driver, he takes one look at their shabby appearance and just writes them off completely. It's that kind of snap judgment based purely on what they look like. A judgment that, thankfully, our narrator decides to ignore.
And this is exactly why that first impression was so off base. 13-year-old Nicola and 12-year-old Jacopo, they definitely looked poor. Their clothes were worn out, they were skinny, but the narrator saw past all that. He was drawn to their dark, earnest eyes, which had this kind of dignity that poverty just couldn't erase.
So naturally, the narrator is hooked. And as he spends more time in Verona, he finds out that selling a few strawberries, well, that's just the tip of the iceberg. These boys have a work ethic that would put most adults to shame, seriously.
Just look at this list. It's incredible. They were shining shoes, selling newspapers, guiding tourists around, running every single errand you can think of. They grabbed every single opportunity the streets of post-war Verona had to offer. This wasn't just some summer job. It was a relentless 24/7 mission. And this is where the mystery just gets deeper, because they have this incredible duality to them. One minute, Giacomo is as lively as a squirrel, just bursting with that kid energy. But the next, both boys give off this profound seriousness, this air of purpose far beyond their years, that actually commanded respect. You'd almost forget you were talking to children. And this one line, wow, it just says everything about them. The narrator finds them late at night, totally exhausted, trying to sell the last of their newspapers. He says, maybe you're working a little too hard. And Nicola's reply is so simple, so respectful, but just unshakable. We are not complaining, sir. No feeling sorry for themselves, no asking for sympathy, just quiet determination. So this amazing dignity they have, it just makes the narrator even more curious. He's watching them earn a pretty decent amount of money, but they live on almost nothing. So where is it all going? He just feels this pull to understand the secret they're guarding so closely. Finally, the narrator just can't take it anymore and asks them directly. He lays out the facts. You aren't a lot, but you live on black bread and figs. The question just kind of hangs there in the air. And Nicola's reaction, he actually turns pale, tells the narrator everything. He's hit a nerve.
But even then, can you believe it? Nicola doesn't crack. He politely deflects the question with this quiet, evasive answer. Just plans, sir. He's the protector of their secret, showing a loyalty and a maturity that is just mind-blowing for a 13-year-old kid.
The truth finally starts to come out when the boys ask for a ride to the tiny village of Poleta, about 30 kilometers away. Apparently, it's their weekly trip. The narrator, totally intrigued, offers to drive them himself. And this is the first major surprise. The narrator is expecting, some little humble cottage. Instead, they pull up to this impressive villa. Nothing is what it seems with these two. Before he can even ask, the boys hop out of the car and disappear inside.
Well, he can't just drive away now, can he? So the narrator rings the bell, and the door opens to reveal not a family member, but a nurse in a crisp white uniform. The villa, it's a hospital. It feels like every answer just leads to another question.
The nurse leads him to a little room, and through a glass partition, he finally sees it. He finally sees their secret.
Nicola and Jacopo are at the bedside of their sister, Lucia, and she's propped up on pillows, listening to them chattering away, her face just full of love. It's this beautiful, intimate moment, a happy family party, that the narrator knows, deep down, he has no right to intrude upon.
So back in the hallway, the nurse quietly explains everything, and the sheer weight of their sacrifice just hits you. They weren't born into poverty. Their father was a famous singer. But the war took them. A bomb destroyed their home. Thrown onto the streets, they even acted as messengers for the resistance. And when peace finally came, it dealt them another terrible blow. Their sister was gravely ill. Their childhood wasn't just lost, it was stolen from them.
For 12 solid months, a whole year, they have made this journey and paid for her hospital care every single week, without fail. That number, 12, it's not just about time. It's a testament to their incredible, unwavering commitment. Every shoe they shined, every newspaper they sold, it was all for her.
The narrator drives them back to the city, and you can just imagine the silence in that car. It's a new kind of silence, filled with understanding. He gets it all now. He didn't just witness hard work. He witnessed a silent epic of youthful devotion. He witnessed something that completely redefines what it means to be noble.
And in the end, the narrator realizes that what he saw goes way beyond just one family's struggle. Their selfless love, their incredible courage in the face of so much loss, it represents the absolute best of humanity. It gives you this glimmer of hope that even in a world scarred by war, this kind of nobility can survive.
And that brings us right back to the title of the story. So what truly defines a gentleman? Well, it's not the fancy clothes or the rich family like Luigi the driver thought. No, Nicola and Jacopo prove that it's a title you earn through your character. It's about selfless sacrifice, dignity under pressure, and a quiet courage that just refuses to quit. They are, in every single way, the true gentlemen of Verona.
The story leaves us with this incredibly powerful question. Nicola and Jacopo went through horrors we can't even imagine. They lost everything and were forced to grow up way too fast. And yet, their spirit, it was never broken. Their story makes us look at our own lives and ask, when we face our own hardships, what is the true source of our resilience?